What is up, you guys? Welcome to this very special plan with me. It is a fresh decade, a 2020 bullet journal setup. I'm going to take you guys through my favorite bullet journal and how I set it up. I got a fresh Scribbles That Matter. I'm going to explain to you guys all of the tools that I use in this, all the things that I love and why. I've done a lot of research and what works and what doesn't. And one thing that I absolutely love is the bullet journal by Scribbles That Matter. I've had it in black, in teal. I've had a couple in pink now, and it's just the best. The paper thickness is 160 grams per square meter, which that's basically the paper weight, but it's double of what a normal paper is. Usually they're about 80. So 160 is amazing, which means that you won't have as much bleed through. And the quality of the paper is soft. I love it. And the outer edges of the book are super cute. There's a little flap to put your stuff in. And then I ordered the Scribbles That Matter little fine liner pens this time as well, which you can get off of Amazon. I will link everything down below for you guys as per usual. But with the planner, all the pages are numbered. I was very, very impressed with it. So I'll take you guys through that. But the markers, I just trusted the brand, so I ordered the fine liner markers. They're super cute. They come in a ton of different colors, and the case was adorable. So the other thing that I always have with me is my little, it's kind of fun to do the impossible pencil case, and I have a little pom-pom keychain on there, and then in there I have my Magic Fly brush markers, which they're almost like a discounted version. I'm going to compare my markers for you guys and show you the difference between a quality brush marker, like a dual tip brush marker, and a basic generic brand like this that you can get off of Amazon, because there is a difference and it can get frustrating and you might not know why things are bleeding through or just ruining the paper. And most of the times it's a combination of the markers and the paper, but if you've got discount markers, that could be the issue. So then the other pencil case I have is this little churro Mickey pencil case, which I love. And in there I have my Tombow markers. So I have a full Tombow set at home, but when I travel, I just bring a couple of them. These markers are the best. They are amazing. I have like I said, I have the full set and the case at home, which is so practical. I love it. I just don't travel with it. But that little churro pencil case holds them quite well because they are a bit longer. So I'm going to test this out on my older bullet journal and just show you the bleed through and show you what the Tombow looks like. So 0 bleed through, and that's how well they blend. So if you use a lighter color first and then darker color, a little bit overlapping, you can actually blend them. This is the Magic Fly marker, and it actually is like eating away at the page. So you can see the difference on the smoothness. That's the marker. So they're still good, and they don't bleed through because of the Scribbles That Matter paper is just thicker, which is great, but there is a difference in quality. So I just want to show you guys that. The Tombow markers are phenomenal. The other thing I always use is this little sticky pad. I usually use it in my planners or in my bullet journal or in my books that I'm reading, and I keep my notes on there, and just it has like a little bookmark edge to it. The other thing I always have is some extra black fine liner pens. I have my favorites. There are all different brands, obviously, that you can get off of Amazon, and I will link them down below for you guys. These are two books that I'm reading right now, some little workbooks, the Press Pause and Your Best Year Ever. And I'm going to also share some little tips because I often get asked in my bullet journals, what do you do if you make a mistake? This is what you do. So I have this little whiteout stick thing, and you can actually write on top of it, and it completely erases it. So that's for little mistakes. And then for big mistakes, I found this out the hard way. This is all that you have to do. It's very easy. Just stick the two pages together. So that's what I did in my old bullet journal. You can just glue the two pages together. It's amazing. And if you don't want to use a bullet journal, I just picked up this super cute 2020 Ray Dunn planner at TJ Maxx while we were here in Florida, and I love it. It's very simple. I was very impressed with the layout, tons of room to write, and it's Ray Dunn. And then I found some Ray Dunn Valentine's Day pens, which are also amazing. Ray Dunn can do no wrong in my life. Just everything is incredible. So I got 3 little pens. There is a Be Mine pen, a True Love pen, and a Soulmate pen. So cute, and they write really, really well. The other thing I picked up was a ruler. I have been using my bullet journal without a ruler, and I have to say it's way easier with a ruler. So I got this bendy ruler at Office Depot, and it was pink, so it was perfect. So let's jump into this. I'm going to use my markers, my pens, and everything, and I'm going to set up the first page, obviously, and date it. And the best thing about a fresh planner is the first couple pages. So I wanted them to be an overall view of the year, and I really wanted it to be goal focused. So I made a goals page, And one thing that I've been doing is I use a Tombow marker. That white marker is a very, very, very light gray. And it's a perfect tool to use just to outline what you want to draw. If you want to use a pencil, you totally can. I just don't. So using that light gray marker and then going back over it with a black fine liner, it looked really cute. So I did this like little goals curly Q in the middle, and then I wrote 2020, and then I had all of the different categories around it. And then I just made a border around using my new ruler, which was so much easier. So I had friendships, relationships, big goals, fun stuff, travel stuff, health stuff, things like that all around. And then on the next page, I wanted to do a big dreams and goals. So my top 5 goals. So from that previous page, where it's ultimately like a brain dump of just everything that I want to do, I wanted to have my top 5 in detail. And then I wrote make it happen on that bottom square. So I did the same thing. I went through once with that really, really light gray color, and then I outlined it with the black fine liner from Scribbles That Matter. And anytime that I'm curious about fonts or ideas, you guys have asked this before, what if you're not that creative or you don't have that many ideas? I use Pinterest a ton for my bullet journal. I'll look at fonts, I will look at bullet journal ideas, and it'll just inspire me. And then I kind of go from there. And I don't really get into my own head on making mistakes. I just go with it. If I'm not happy with the font, I'll just redraw over it. That's kind of the beauty of having really thick paper. You can't really mess it up. And so I just kept going over the big dreams and goals until I was happy with it. And so once I'm done with that goals page and that brain dump, then I'm going to go through and fill out my top 5 goals. Then I wanted to set up a month theme. So for January, right now we're in Florida for the entire month, so I'm not thinking of snow or anything like that. So I really wanted to do a banana leaf tropical theme. And I set up this font. I got that idea off of Pinterest as well. And so I put January in the middle, and I really liked how on the side I could just number the days and then put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next to it instead of drawing out the month. That way I know which day falls when. And then I did some little banana leaves with my Magic Fly markers. And that worked out really well. I had some greens, some lime greens, and I just kind of blended them together. So I'm not saying that the Magic Fly markers aren't good. I still totally use them. There's just definitely a difference. And then I outlined everything with the fine liner. And I feel like that's what really makes the difference. So you can kind of see how the leaves, like once they're blended together, the light green and then the dark green on top, it doesn't quite look finished, but once I put the black on top, then it does. And same thing for this, I just found a picture on Pinterest that I liked. So then I wanted to map out basically a year at a glance. So 2020 at a glance, I mapped out every single month, and I put the month's title as well as Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then all of the dates. And it actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. And then I put a little space with some bullets of some main highlights from that month. And what I'm thinking is instead of big events, I would put things that I'm grateful for that month. And then I wanted to put a cute quote at the very beginning of the journal as well, because this is going to be something that I flip through quite often, especially since it'll be right at the front. So I put my favorite Walt Disney quote: first think, second believe, third dream, and finally dare. And then I wanted to have another kind of gratitude area. I think that it's really important to have this because it's really easy to get to the end of the year. And I heard this a lot, that people were saying like, I'm just ready for 2019 to end and I want it to be 2020, and 2019 was a horrible year. And you know, it might have been, but if you were to look back and have a place where you wrote out your favorite things that happened throughout the year, I think that could be really special to reflect back at the end of the year. So I wanted to have that. And then I wanted to have, next to that month layout, I wanted to have my top 3 goals for the month. You guys always ask me my tips for goal setting. Don't overwhelm yourself. Have 3 things that you want to do for the month, and then break it down daily for 3 things you want to do daily. So that's really how I do it. I don't make a huge to-do list. I just focus on 3 things. One thing too that I started doing, I think it's called the artist pages. I'll note the book down below, but there's this book that I read where this guy talks about the artist pages, and I feel like it really works for me, where every morning I just write for 1 to 2 minutes all the things that are in my head, from to-do list to things that I want to make happen to things that are bothering me, and I just get it out on paper. And so I wanted to have a little brain dump area. And then of course I needed a week layout, so I put the month, so it's January, and then I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And for me, I need a space for Sunday and Saturday. I don't really combine them because I don't have weekends versus weekdays. I just work evenly all throughout the week usually. So I liked this layout for me. That worked really well. And I put the specific week that we were focusing on, and then I just gridded it all out. Clearly I was using my ruler way more than I ever have because it was just way better with a ruler. I just hadn't done it. I think I was trying to be a purist with my bullet journal and not use a ruler, but listen, it's just better this way. So then I have my week goals, like a little place to focus at the beginning, and then I kept with that same like tropical layout, which I love. So you don't have to have a theme. If you want to look for themes, you could do something like rainbows or animals or whatever. There's so many different ideas. And I just think that the overall effect, once you look back on the journal, is the cool part. So don't try and overanalyze every single page. Just enjoy it. Let your creativity flow. It can be a very relaxing process. If there's something that you guys specifically want to see when I'm doing a plan with me, please let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoy these types of videos, definitely give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed because we're going to be posting more videos in the coming days. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, dudes.